Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Rusty McCranie, and welcome to Weather Express. It's your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, we've got a multi-day severe weather setup in portions of the plains in the Midwest and heavy snow and strong winds out west. We'll begin in the southwest where we have a strong storm system beginning to move onshore. Already seeing some heavy rain from Phoenix down towards Tucson and the western sides of New Mexico. When I show you the visible satellite imagery, you'll see the area of low pressure just off the Mexican coast, and a lot of moisture is streaming north. So it's starting off as some rain, but as it gets into the higher elevations of northern Arizona, western New Mexico, and northern New Mexico, this is going to turn into some pretty heavy snowfall for some areas. So all of the areas in purple are going to be winter weather advisories. Your pinks are going to be winter storm warnings. So from the Flagstaff area of Arizona, out into the western sides of New Mexico, then up north towards Taos and Santa Fe. Again, you're looking at even some of the lower elevations here, 3 to 6 inches of snow. Obviously, elevation plays a big role, but up to a foot of snow and some very gusty winds in association with that storm. Speaking of winds, that's going to be another big thing here. These are wind gusts in miles an hour right now, of course, and winds are 30, 35 miles an hour here. But in other parts of the west, the winds are quite strong. Now, these are actual temperatures for you now. When I go back over to the wind gusts, we've had some snow squalls in the western sides of Montana. We've had some 50+ mile-an-hour winds back out to portions of Wyoming at the hour as well. Back over to the visible satellite imagery here. Again, snow squalls earlier today near Butte, Montana and Bozeman. Those have subsided a little bit. The next big punch of snow is moving into the Cascades as we speak. There's even been some lightning along the Washington-Oregon coastline with some heavier rain across I-5. When we take a look at the advisories, we continue with the winter storm warnings for the southern Cascades of Washington and the northern and central Cascades of Oregon. Feet of snow still likely to fall even in some of the lower elevations. This is going to be an extremely impactful storm. Now, eventually, the storm system that's in the southwest will continue to migrate off towards the southern plains. There is warm, moisture-laden air ahead of this right now, relatively speaking. Winds are going to mainly be out of the south here. When I bring on these low-level winds, you'll see those pop up here in just a second, and all of these winds are going to be out of the south. So guess what happens? Now you have the energy coming in. Now you're going to have the risk for a few severe storms. Today, it's a low risk from Midland up towards I-44 and I-35 in Oklahoma City, including Enid and the Tulsa areas. Main risk is going to be some damaging winds, but there will be some more significant severe weather risk beginning tomorrow. The storm system that brought a mix of winter weather across the Great Lakes has subsided and moved off towards the east. Earlier in the day, we did have some heavier snow in portions of New England, especially up towards Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. That's all working its way from the area. It's been a gorgeous day in the southeast. It's been high and dry. Temperatures that have been mainly in the 70s. All right, let's get into what's going to be happening here over the next couple of days. I'm going to bring up the HRRR model. That's the high resolution rapid refresh for you guys here. And we're going to take a look at the evolution of the storm system, beginning with what's going to be happening in the Four Corners into the plains in the upper Midwest. Now, as this system moves through, it's going to lift and open up that area of low pressure. So the forward speed is going to be picking up. Obviously, on the northern and the northwest side of this, it's going to be high enough elevation and cold enough air. We're going to see some snow flying for Colorado and portions of northern New Mexico on the warm sector of this storm through portions of north central Texas into portions of Oklahoma and Kansas. This becomes our risk for severe storms late today through tomorrow and even as we get towards Friday. So look for severe weather there that will lift all the way into the western Great Lakes. Maybe not severe up towards Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin, but again, the warm air gets pulled all the way north into the western Great Lakes. Very unusual for January. Still have a lot of snow and some very gusty winds flying here over the Intermountain West, but things will finally begin to subside as we get into late Thursday and Friday out in the West Coast, but still, again, feet of snow likely here. And then we're going to watch this storm system as it pulls off towards the east. Can it continue to bring the opportunity for some severe storms into the southeast as we get closer to the weekend? Risk for severe storms for your Thursday is going to be from Oklahoma City all the way up to St. Louis and Springfield, Illinois, and then back towards Jackson, Mississippi. There's a low risk for tornadoes, a 2% chance, but the main risk is going going to be some strong winds and some very heavy rainfall and a lot of lightning, but the wind threat's the biggest thing. Then we can't rule out a tornado risk on Friday for portions of Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, and the northern and the western sides of Alabama, with the potential for some severe weather into the Tennessee Valley as well. So I'll be monitoring that situation for you guys. When we take a look at the snow accumulations, look how far south some of the high snow totals are likely to get. Again, when you look at this scale, a foot of snow is in red, and some of that's in Arizona and New Mexico, higher elevations of Colorado, and there is the feet of snow likely out west in the next 24 to 36 hours. Friends, I'm out of time. I appreciate you making Weather Express a part of your daily routine. Let me know in the comment section below where you're viewing from. You have a great rest of your day, and I'm back tomorrow with the latest 5-minute forecast.